University of Missouri-Columbia is home to nearly 35,000 students. – 23% of the student population is classified as minority. Less than 4% of Mizzou's total enrollment are classified as Asian American. So do the numbers reflect MU students' perception of diversity on campus?
Diversity means just differences, like including people of all differences and people who are not like me but who we can still connect. I don't know.
Everyone's, age, gender, race, religion, economic status, where they came from.
When I think of diversity, I think of a collective group of people with some similarities but a lot more differences, yes.
Diversity to me is sitting or having a class, enjoying time with people, and realizing that none of them look like me, have any sort of relatable demographic, whether it's gender, religion, ethnicity, finer detail.
It's just acknowledging the different lives that people live and the cultures they come from.
Diversity to me is hard to explain, but I think it's different cultures, different traditions amongst a group of people.
I took a course called cross-cultural psychology here, and we basically learned how culture is actually like a psychological mindset where a group of people decide on a set of rules that sort of dictate how to behave in their society.
The notion of these sort of hegemonic ideas is that basically they're the common sense notions, right? Ideas that become so normalized that everybody thinks they're just the way things are, right? So when you think about the university being diverse, I think there are certain people, maybe a good population of the people, who think that the university is diverse. Not everybody thinks that. Part of that has to do with our history. Part of that has to do with power and how power works in our society. And so without acknowledging how there are power differences between groups, we'll never be able to get groups to interact. At least we won't be able to get them to interact on an equal basis.
When I was looking at Mizzou, I kept hearing how it's diverse. It was oh, there's Asian Americans, there's African Americans, there's European Americans, and all this other stuff. And yes, we do have that, but when I think of diversity, I think of people accepting different cultures. And right now it just feels like there's just different cultures within this one campus that aren't really known to other groups. My name is Danny Poon. I am currently a junior at the University of Missouri-Columbia, a psych major with a minor in Human Development Family Studies, also getting a multicultural certificate, the events planner for the Asian Christian Fellowship, and trying to get a minor in East Asian Studies, minor in Leadership and Public Services, the external vice president of AAA, which is the Asian American Association.
As External Vice President of Asian American Association, otherwise known as AAA, Danny is in charge of building relationships with other minority organizations on campus. AAA's constitution outlines their mission. We, the members of Asian American Association, believe that Asian Pacific Islander American students campus-wide should bind together in an effort to be more visible on campus, diminish stereotypes and discrimination, establish networking opportunities, and unite as the voice of the University of Missouri APIA student. 5 organizations share the goals found in its mission statement and fall under Asian American Association leadership. Asian Christian Fellowship, Official Dance Crew, Alpha Phi Gamma, Filipino American Student Association, and the South Asian Student Association. The groups fulfill these goals through meetings, holiday gatherings, and more.
Competition!
This year, these organizations came together to walk with their float in the annual homecoming parade, alongside other community members.
Well, since this is our first time in 5 years, it's, as an Asian American, we don't get a lot of voice on campus, and it's good to see like so many Asian Americans, gathering together and putting our presence out there. That's our main goal for today.
In Virginia, I haven't had that experience of like big Asian group getting together to help each other out. So having that group and being involved in it really helped me to like get to know about Asian American issues and like look through the lenses of like different Asian cultures. I haven't been aware of other Asian Americans like South Asian Americans or Southeast. I was only focusing on my Asian perspective. So it really helped me like to open my mind and like to get to see through their lenses too.
I think the main reason that we like aren't like as diverse as we could be is just people don't know. Like it's not like you don't think about things that you don't know. So it's like really hard like for people to just think differently than what they have thought. I mean, I guess like because European Americans are the majority, like I kind of have a glimpse of what it might be like, but like I'm not gonna understand the whole thing. So like I think that's why we have AAA, we have ACF, SASA, all these cultural organizations to be able to go out into the campus to make it like make people knowledgeable about these things, because we can't just assume that they should know this already. And if there are members like that, then that's not right, and we're obviously doing a bad job of teaching them this.
Asian Americans have been subjected to public fantasy and anxiety, the popular imagination or delusion of the dominant culture believed to be true. Media representations of Asians and Asian Americans range from the naive China doll to the unknown enemy.
We have this really interesting thing, and I've observed it in Asian American Association. And I've also observed it in Hispanic American Leadership Organization. At the start of the school year, over the last 14 years, from when I first came on campus to now, in both organizations, a whole bunch of white guys and black guys would join AAA and Halo. They were there so they can hit on Asian women because they were given stereotypes of Asian women, the Vietnam War, they must all be hookers.
Hey, baby! You got girlfriend, Vietnam? Not just this minute. Yeah. Well, baby, me so horny. Me so horny. Me love you long time.
And their parents would give them that message. And it's really interesting watching Yellow Fever with white and black guys in AAA. But there's this fetishization by these two populations of the Asian women and the Hispanic women. So that's something that I've observed most years. And what's really been interesting is how over the course of the first semester, those people fall off from the organization when they keep getting told, no, I'm not interested in you. Which is good because they need to have that message.
Ready, set up,
go! Well, the next thing I want to be is Asian. Because a lot of men like Asian girls because they think they're docile and sweet.
And then I get so lonely.
It's okay, Mike. So, what's your name?
Long.
What's your first name?
Long.
What's your middle name?
Duck.
before. I've got to protect that missile. So, the mighty Iron Man has turned coward. He flees in panic.
Ancient and deadly poison is Dr. Fu Manchu, his greatest enemy.
Happy birthday to my best friend, Hideki! Oh, wait, which one of you is Hideki?
Me.
I'm sorry, it's just from the bunch you're together. It's hard for me to know exactly who's who.
Hey, I know. Let's ask Hideki.
Yeah, he's Oriental. I mean, Asian. They're so smart they destroy the grading curve.
Even while many film directors today work to reverse these precedents, the stereotypes still commonly exist and influence people's perception of reality.
We have this model minority myth of Asian Americans. They will break the curve, they will get straight A's, so on and so forth, and make it miserable for their white, black, and Hispanic peers in class. That's a horrible stereotype because stereotype threat means you have to live up to the stereotype, and not all Asian Americans I know like calculus. I hated it. But all the people that are major actors in Hollywood who are Asian American started off as pre-med or pre-law. And they proved to their parents they were smart enough to get through college and gain entrance into med school or PhDs in engineering and all that. But they decided acting because it was more fun. So they are breaking the stereotype.
Like, I joke about it, and like, I guess that's probably not smart, but like Asian F, like, just because one of the stereotypes is that like all Asians are smart, and like I guess that comes from our parents being kind of strict about our grades, mainly because like they work so hard to be here and they want us to be successful. So like they have high expectations for us. Okay, I shouldn't say all of us because my mom wasn't like this, but yeah, they expect their kids to do well, and so like the Asian F is like a B, and so like it's really funny because sometimes my friends like I failed, and I was like, wait, did you fail or Asian fail?
I know like there's like prejudice, like bias that Asians are smart, and I really don't like that like bias because like a lot of Asians, I guess, like for me, I work my way to there, and I don't like when just people say, oh, you're smart because you're just Asian, so you'll get it, or something like that. Because I'm not smart. I have to work my way through there, and I wish like some people can recognize like my effort to reach my goal.
You know, the usual, he's really good at science. Asians are just really good in sciences and arithmetic and mathematics and stuff. Antisocial, I guess. Another one would probably be that, I don't know, they probably all think that we're all international students that don't really speak English well.
Ask the Lees what they know about their son's terrorist activity.
네가 아들이 거기 가서 뭘 하고 안 한 줄 알아.
Look, we've been American citizens for over 40 years. Now, frankly, I find this very offensive.
They're using some sort of dialect I've never heard before.
Like, I mean, stereotypes are going to start somewhere. And I think the media just tries to take that in. Like, they find this kind of stuff and then they use it in, like, whatever they're doing, the music, shows, dramas, whatever it is. I think they're going to use it because people might find it interesting, might find it amusing, and just by broadcasting it to the whole country, people are like, oh, this is a stereotype, so obviously it's true. Like, and then it's just like known in everyone's minds, and they might, I don't know, follow that.
One way the university is currently trying to promote diversity is with the Chancellor's Diversity Initiative.
Chancellor's Diversity Initiative does a lot of things under this umbrella term of diversity, from several initiatives to programs, to working with students, faculty, and staff, and everywhere in between. And so one of our key things for our students is our Student Ambassadors Program, which is a professional leadership development program through the Axis of Diversity. And through that program, we encourage our students to work with our student populations to create total inclusive programs to bring people from all different backgrounds and walks of life to participate in things that will foster the true culture of diversity for our university.
The university voted to enact a required diversity credit. 210 supported the credit, while 232 voted against. 758 faculty members abstained from voting.
And we came really close to having that in 2009 with a vote of the Faculty Senate. And we just lost it by a slim margin. So what you do as a student is you engage with a faculty member. And what that means, you meet with them, you talk with them, you do assessments with them, you give proposals of what a program would look like, and then bring examples from other institutions. And then you eventually get it done.
Actually, I like that a lot. I'm a Spanish major, and I actually completed the multicultural certificate, so I've really enjoyed all of the classes that I've taken that have been about other cultures, and they've really helped to change my worldview. So I don't think it's too much asked.
They've shown, there's studies that show that students want diversity. They want a diverse education. They want to meet different people. They want to have different experiences. They want to be engaged with different ideas. It provides a more thoughtful, dynamic, interesting environment for students, and the best students want that.
Just 2.5 hours away, KU. And Illinois, which is just 5 hours away, they have Asian American Studies programs, which is different from Asian Studies programs because it talks about the American experience of Asians, not Buddhism 101, which some people may confuse with Asian American Studies.
We don't want to be going into an environment, into a false environment, making a false environment where we create a reality that doesn't reflect anything in real life. And when we go out into real life, it's completely different, right? And as for Missouri is not reflective of the country, nor is it reflective of the rest of the world. And I think, a university like Mizzou could be at the forefront of those changes for Missouri.
Our biggest things that we had kick off this year was our civility campaign to help, things like the anxiety that students may face with people from different backgrounds, different cultures, orientations, and kind of to help not be tolerant, but to build a mutual respect for your common student, because no matter how different our students are, they have a common thread. They're all students here, they're all Tigers.
I think that making a more racially diverse campus is definitely achievable. It's one thing to learn about the different issues on campus, but it's another thing to take that first step, to reach for those goals. I think it's really up to all the students to get outside of their comfort zone to understand that this campus isn't only African American or European American or Hispanic American, but Asian Americans are part of this campus too. I don't want only Mizzou students to know we are capable of being a diverse campus, but I would love for future high school seniors to hear of Mizzou and talk about how we are known for our diversity, for being a university where people don't have to be afraid of other groups because they are too different from us. Not only will it make this campus a lot smaller, but hopefully the world where we aren't just networking with just our own ethnic groups, but with anyone that goes to Mizzou.
Can't give you 14 carats, but can serenade you with tunes. You and me, we are two stars from different galaxies. Will we cross or be aligned? I guess that we'll see inside. I swig on 40 ounces, she sips on champagne. She has a huge backyard, I do the landscaping. I get her single roses, she gets me Laker tickets. Call her on my prepaid phone when I can't wait to kick it. We're quite the odd couple, but who are you to judge? I know it don't make sense, you could call it stupid love, but it's the whole world against us. They could try to stop us, but we're going out like gangsters. I know that I'm hated by her camp, but I swear this'll end like the lady in the tramp. I'm just waiting for my chance. They keep saying that she's way too good.